Welcome, Warrior Nation. This is the WSN, the Warrior Sports Network. We are here live from the 2024 TCAL 2A State Championship. It's going to be an exciting matchup. We've got the Banff, your Annapolis Christian Academy Warriors. My name is Hayden Wickler. I'm here with the expert. We called in the big guns for the state championship. Mr. Lockyer is here with us today. It should be an exciting matchup today, Mr. Lockyer.
Yeah, I mean, it's state championship. I mean, it's always exciting, but this one is extra special. Annapolis is on a two-peat, hoping to make it a three-peat. This will be, if they win today, it'll be the 5th state championship of the program. So this is a pretty exciting day, night.
Absolutely. And Annapolis has had a good run so far in this tournament. They defeated Humble early, 3-1 in the quarterfinal, taking care of business. Had a bit more of a tough game yesterday. My heart was racing. I know Warrior Nation's was as well. An exciting 5-set thriller. Annapolis took down their rival Sunnybrook to win 3-2 in the 5th set to get here. It was back and forth all game long, but the one player I got to shout out is Kenzie Stice yesterday. Man, big hit after big hit. Hannah Hoffman did a good job controlling the offense, finding her. And just like in basketball or any sport, when somebody's on fire, you give them the ball.
Yeah, and that's really what they did. And really, the team really came together well. They served aggressively with low errors. That was really important. They kept the ball in play. And then they were able to get with just scrappy digs to get the ball to the setter. And then the setter found the right person, which was Kenzie Stice, and she was on fire.
Absolutely, absolutely. And today we've got a big-time matchup. We talked to the coaches before the game, and Coach Abby and Coach Shelley both echoed discipline. We want to be aggressive, but we want to be disciplined today. This is going to be a team they've seen before. They beat them early in the Humble tournament this season. They won 2-1, but it's different because now it's a state championship. New, bigger implications to this game. But for this game, they're a little wonky. Their defense, they said, it's a bit wonky at times, but their game's pretty slow. So if we play our game, which is fast-paced, quick, we should be all right. And another thing is we're the stronger team. We saw in these last couple games, not just Kenzie, but Jess, Genesis. We've had some big hitters in these last couple games, so we know we're the stronger team, and the coaches want to look to them today.
Yeah, Banff is gonna provide some kind of unique challenges because they do some unorthodox things. They drop a lot into defense. They kind of scramble. They'll see balls come over on like 1 and even 2 instead of setting things up for 3 hits. And so it's going to be a little bit. Annapolis can't be slow in transition from their serve receive to defense, from moving across the court. They need to be really aware of that because that ball can come back really fast. And so they need to be just ready for that. They can get a big hit, but Banff will probably get a hand on it, and it'll just be kind of a lot of scramble balls, and we just need to stay organized and just keep attacking because, like I said in the pregame, the block will be kind of a non-issue. They can just keep attacking, and eventually those balls will fall.
Yeah, and, talking to the seniors before the game, we know it can be an emotional game. This is win or lose. This is finally their last game as Annapolis Warriors. I talked to Hannah before the game, and funny enough, she said this is the first state championship game she was not nervous at all going into.
All right.
She's a senior, so she's been here a couple times, been successful a couple times. She talked about she is not nervous at all, and she just says they need to be aggressive. They have a wonky defense. They need to continue to be aggressive. That's something we've seen this state tournament. This season, it's been up and down, but the state tournament has been consistent with Annapolis' best play, which has been being aggressive, getting big hits up, not sending over a lot of free balls, and that's what the Lady Warriors and Hannah Hoffman hope to do today.
Yeah, and Hannah's been outstanding behind the service line, and we talk about attacks, and typically we talk about that at the net, but what you'll see with Hannah is actually attacking behind the service line.
Yeah.
Her float serve is so aggressive. It's a knuckleball. It doesn't move, but what happens in a big gym like this, it'll catch the current, and when you're seeing a ball and it's moving, it really causes a lot of problems. And so she's been really, really aggressive behind the service line, and then as a setter, she's been finding the right person, finding the hot hand. So Hannah's been playing outstanding, and as a team, they were really, they kind of ended the season on kind of a lull, and they had a big loss at home against Sunnybrook. But they really worked hard in practice and really peaking at the right time, peaking at state.
Yeah, and I know you got a chance to go to a couple of practices.
I did.
You got to show off your skills a little bit. So what did you see the Lady Warriors working on in practice, and how has that been able to translate these last couple of games? Because they've looked great these last couple of games.
Yeah, so the thing that I came in, and Coach Selly and Coach Abby and I, we all worked together, but the thing that I really focused on them was being aggressive.
Yeah.
And I actually use the acronym EAT, E-A-T. So effort.
I'm good at eating.
Yeah. So everyone's good at eating. So I think it was easier for them to remember. So energy and effort. And really in volleyball, the energy comes actually from your voice. You have to communicate in your body language, and that was one of the things. There were some miscommunications early on, and some of the balls in some of the regular season games would drop between two players. So we talked about that energy and that coming from the voice. A was aggressive and just being attacking behind those lines, serving, and at the net. And then T was trust. Trusting, first of all, in the Lord for whatever the results are, trusting in Him, but also trusting teammates and then building that trust. And we're starting to see that bond and that trust happening as they're starting to work together more and more. And honestly, they haven't played their best game yet.
Wow.
So I really hope that, each game, they start off well against Humboldt, they elevate against Sunnybrook, but they didn't even play their best game. Hopefully we'll see that today.
Man, I feel like Coach Lockyer just stepped into the box. I feel fired up after that. Man, I love it. I love it. And, Humboldt pulled up a little bit of an upset. They are the #1 seed, but a lot of the girls and the coaches thought we might be seeing Lifegate in this championship game. Another rematch of a district opponent. They've got some size and they've got some good hitters, but Humboldt was actually Banff was able to defeat them in straight sets yesterday in the semifinal. So a bit of an upset, and like we said, not a team that's typically does the normal things they do in volleyball. You talked about with me before we started the broadcast that you'll see a lot of, instead of on that setup, they'll just hit it over the net on the second ball.
Yeah, and you can see Lifegate was kind of reimagined their team. They got a lot more organized. They were starting to block at the net, things that we hadn't seen them before. And you can see as the team stayed organized against a disorganized team, that can cause problems when you start playing that same way. So it's important for us to not get into that crazy kind of scatter ball that's going to come. Staying organized and continuing just to set up our 3 attacks and to still be aggressive.
And I think we saw that yesterday. The Lady Warriors, when they were beating Sunnybrook in their sets yesterday, they were being aggressive, they were attacking. Where it got a little bit dangerous on some of those chaos sets, I called it, right? Where there was just not a lot of offense, not really running your stuff, just surviving, getting the ball over the net, sending over free balls. And you've got to be careful with a team like this. Banff wants to get out of a scrappy game, just making a way through 5 sets and just make it an ugly type of game. Annapolis needs to be ready on defense. Coaches talked about yesterday, if they need to be on their toes in the Sunnybrook game, I think they will need to do that as well today from the back row especially. Yeah,
and defensively, when you're defending a team like Banff, they're going to try to tip and dink and dunk, and they're trying to find these little gaps and try to get these easy kills, which from a defensive standpoint, it's hard to defend that sometimes because you're kind of locked in for someone to come for an attack, like a strong hit, and they kind of roll shot and dink and dunk it. So our defensives kind of transition correctly, but then when they see them that they're not going to hit, they need to start moving their feet to the ball. And if we can, and when you're there, then they're easy because it's just a little soft shot. But the problem is if you're not there, then they become a problem. So if we can see our defense with their good footwork get there, if we can really get easy digs, and then we can set and attack and keep them on their heels.
Absolutely. And, coaches have echoed being aggressive every single game. The first game, they talked about being nervous and not being nervous and, playing confident. We haven't had to talk about that too much because I was just shocked at the way the Warriors came out yesterday. You might think, oh, they've already lost 2 games to Sunnybrook. You're coming off of a rivalry. There's been a lot of talk going back and forth. That can get in your head mentally. That did not show at all. Sunnybrook was able to fight back and get a couple sets, but to start off, it was all Annapolis. So that just showed us that they are not scared of this moment. They're ready to play. They're aggressive, and that's been when they're at their best for sure.
Yeah, I think, honestly, just be honest, when they dropped that 3rd set, I was like, oh, no. But to see them come back in the 4th and really, really show a lot of mental toughness. And again, we talked about being aggressive. That was kind of the word that I used with them, and we talked a lot about them. It's staying aggressive. And when you just stay in the moment, stay and play point by point instead of worrying about the end result, then you can elevate your play. You're not worried about that. And they kept their errors at a minimum and just stayed aggressive. And then from then they just rolled into that 5th set and took over.
Absolutely. Annapolis is hoping to take over again today. The girls are still warming up. We've got a couple minutes, but I think we're going to take a quick break as we start to do some of the announcements and the national anthem and everything. Don't go anywhere. Get your popcorn. It might be close to dinner time because we're a little bit late, so get your dinner ready. Put us on the TV. The Lady Warriors are about to show down with the Banff Bears for the 2A TCAL State Volleyball Championship. It's going to be a fun one. We're here live and beautiful. And I mean, it's like a movie scene. I was coming in. It was a windy road. There was vineyards everywhere. Beautiful Wimberley, Texas at Wimberley High School. It's a nice facility, and we're excited to bring you this game. Don't go anywhere. The Warrior Sports Network will be here with you. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
We want to thank our school sponsors for their generosity, their help in purchasing the equipment and the software and everything that we need to be able to broadcast these games. It's a lot of fun to broadcast the state championship game. We are so thankful for their generosity. It goes well beyond just athletics to our extracurricular with fine and performing arts, but also supports our curricular programs and provides for extra opportunities for our students at Annapolis. So thank you, sponsors. It's not too late to jump on board. We have the state football playoffs coming up and then basketball season. We'd love for you to be a part of that. We can get your name associated with our broadcast and to our Warrior Sports Network, and then literally hundreds of viewers that come and watch our video. So once again, thank you so much.
And welcome back, Warrior Nation. We are here live from the 2024 2A TCAL State Championship. It is the Banff #1 seed, the Lady Bears, taking on the #6 seed, but no upset story here. They've been here twice. It's your Annapolis Christian Academy Lady Warriors back-to-back defending state champions, looking to make it #3, the three-peat, and the Lady Warriors are starting up the Warrior Rumble. We have brought in the big guns for this broadcast. We got the volleyball guru himself, Mr. Locke here. What do the Lady Warriors need to do to get started off here early?
Well, really, as I mentioned in the pregame, I use the acronym EAT: effort and energy, aggressiveness, and trust. We need to see from the jump them to be aggressive. This is, I believe I heard, Banff's first state championship game, so they're going to be probably a little nervous, maybe a little tentative. This is an opportunity to jump on them and to really set the tone right away.
To establish control, and you have a great leadership right now from Hannah Hoffman, the senior, to start things off for the Lady Warriors, and here we go. Hannah sends over a solid service. Banff will just play the free ball, and that's going to be long.
Yeah.
Lady Warriors open up the scoring.
As I mentioned, Hannah attacks from the end line. You can see the ball has no movement. You can actually read the label as it comes across the net. Really hard to track.
The Warriors are the visiting team since they are the #6 seed. Hannah Hoffman sends over another fast one.
It's going to be a little roll shot. There's that unconventional attack that we see, and now we just need to stay organized, and boom.
Kinsey Stice, good swing. Banff digs it out. Hoffman will set it up. It's close to the net. Good job from Kinsey, but they're going to call that she did touch the net there.
And you can see, we talked about Banff's unconventional. They drop all 6 players into defense. They have no one blocking at the net. So setters, they can set up our hitters, and hitters will have nobody at the net, and they're going to have to just find that floor with good, strong swings.
Banff will look to #31, Erica Bennett, for the serve. She sends over a nice one. Annalyn Brush digs it out, but it is too much on that serve for Annapolis to handle.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Annalyn's has to stand. She's probably a little bit deeper than she needs to be, and she's got Kinsey in front of her. There's a lot of people, and this is where the communication has to come.
Annapolis needing the side out here. Here comes that serve. Annalyn. Michaela plays it to Jess.
Good.
She sends it. Good
shot.
dig.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Here's a free ball.
Opportunity for Annapolis here. Michaela Hoffman sets up Jess again, and that's just a bit outside. Sails long.
Yeah, she needs to just reach and snap. She kind of dropped her elbow a little bit and launched that.
Lady Warriors need to get this side out here to get back within this first set. It's still early, and they will take the service error by Banff on that one as the ball sends out.
Wide left.
Yes, all the way out of the gym as Lucy George will go to receive it. Lady Warriors starting out with the same lineup we've been seeing. Annalyn Brush, the freshman. Genesis Lopez comes in for Lucy George, starting things off. Michaela serving things off. The senior Hannah Hoffman and Kinsey Stice for the Lady Warriors as Michaela floats it up.
Good deep serve. Gonna get a free ball for this.
It's a free ball opportunity. Michaela, Hannah controlling the offense, sets up Kinsey. Good cross-court swing. Banff able to keep it alive here as Annapolis will look to continue to be aggressive and tips it over. Banff was ready.
You can see that one ball, she just pushed it back over. There's a little miscommunication there. Annapolis needs to stay organized, keep attacking.
They want to continue to play their game. They don't want to play Banff's sloppy game where they're just getting the ball over. And we talked about that pregame. That's what Banff wants. They want them to match their style of play. But we need to just keep doing what we know how to do, control our offense, and find our hitters. As Michaela sent over a good serve to start it. It looks like it's going to be another good one.
Nice serve.
Tough dig from Banff to dig it out. They'll just send it
yeah,
over, and they cannot. Annapolis takes back the lead. It's 4-3 after 3 unanswered points from the Lady Warriors.
Michaela is a lefty, and once she starts to get going, you can see the pace of her serve starts picking up, and that makes it more and more difficult. And that second one really served well. Let's see if she can keep in that rhythm.
Michaela with the jump serve. Let's see if Banff can get a swing here. They do. Good dig from Michaela. Hoffman
swing off it. There we go.
Finds Genesis, and it sails just a bit long. Some of the Lady Warriors still getting their first touches in this game.
Those sets that are off the net are a little bit difficult. We're kind of hitting them flat. We need to snap and follow through and find the deep corners.
As that's a good serve. Good dig from Annalyn. Jess will send it to Kinsey. And that ball's long as well. And we talked about this pregame. It can be hard when yesterday, right, we had extra courts to warm up on. Today, we had about an hour plus that our game was pushed back to. Not a lot of time to warm up for the Lady Warriors. So this first set might be shaking off some of the rust from the dust from yesterday.
Yeah, after emotional, nice shot. That's in, yeah.
Oh, and it's in. Kinsey Stites with a cross-court kill.
Yeah, after emotional, win, sometimes it takes a little while to get your juices going, and we're seeing our hitters be, they're swinging, but they're not quite snapping, pulling through. That was a really good deep cross shot.
Once Kinsey gets in the zone, it's hard to stop her, as we saw yesterday. And a good serve from Stice there as Banff will take a swing. Great diving dig from Kinsey. And Jess just couldn't quite get it over the net on that one.
And that's the kind of off-speed, kind of dink and dunk that you can see that our feet quite weren't there. That should, we should be able to get there with our feet, make that a little bit better first contact.
Banff serves it over.
Nice
Michaela to Jess. Finds the
sophomore.
sophomore.
There we go.
And Genesis Lopez dunks it home for the Lady Warriors.
Yeah, she's starting to play really well. The last 2 matches, starting to really get a rhythm, and to see her get a kill early is really good.
Jasenia, built tough forward, sends over the serve as Banff trying to get another hit here. They do, but they're going to say the Lady Warriors were at the net there.
Yeah, I think TJ was in the net. Really, don't a hit like that, don't really necessarily need to double block that. That ball was not going to be hit anywhere near the top of the net.
Banff has tried to get some hits up, but they've good eye from Kinsey not to touch that one as it sails long. And yeah, we talked about it. Banff, they're going to be dinking and dunking. We've seen them try to set up their offense a little bit, but they definitely don't have the big swings that Annapolis does.
No, they're just trying to find little spaces on the floor with off speed and tip shots.
And Genesis Lopez with the service call for the Lady Warriors.
Good serve. Oh, wow, good save.
It's a free ball.
There we go. Can use this.
Jess. Hannah just gets it over. Good job from Hannah just to keep it alive for Annapolis. And another chance.
A better pass. There we go.
Another chance here is Hoffman.
Good
Sets
swing.
up Jess.
Good swing.
And the Lady Warriors, Jess with the attack.
Yeah, it doesn't have to necessarily be a front row attack. That was a back row attack for Jess. It's good to see her jumping and attacking. She's actually a really good back row attacker. I'd love to see that rhythm start rolling for her.
Genesis Lopez sends over the overhand serve. As Banff trying to get their offense going again. A decent hit there.
Good dig. Oh.
And that's the tough spot about playing in a gym where you've got some basketball hoops up there. It dances off the basketball hoops, and it bounces in a place you didn't think it was going to go there.
Yeah, it was a good dig by Genesis to keep it alive, but unfortunately hit the ceiling and came off weird.
Close one early. It's 8-8 in this opening set. Hoffman finds Kinsey.
Nice swing.
And Kinsey Stice with the drive home for the Lady Warriors.
Hannah did a really good job. We actually want the ball in front of our hitters when they're hitting back row, and she was able to lead Kenzie. She was able to drive into it and get that powerful attack. Again, that strong cross court. It gives you the most court to swing at. Really good job.
The Lady Warriors reclaim the lead 9-8 as the freshman Annalyn Brush sent over a great serve, and that just sneaks in there. The Lady Warriors thought it was going to be out, but it did stay inside that back line.
Yeah, a little off speed. It was a deep kind of slow roller. And then typically an attack that would have much more pace and would go out of bounds. That one kind of died at the end line.
Banff will look to number 27, Miss Yunwala, for the serve. And Michaela was ready. Hoffman sets up Kinsey.
No block.
Kinsey Stice.
There's no block.
Torches it home
That's
for
almost
the Lady
unfair.
Warriors. We saw a lot of that yesterday, and it looks like she's going to continue to be aggressive today, and that's what Annapolis needs if they want to bring home their third straight state championship. Hannah Hoffman sets it up for the Lady Warriors as Banff will try to get a swing here.
No touch. Oh, there we go.
And good defensive presence from number 14, Jacinia Ford.
Yeah, I don't know if she got a hand on it or not. It hit a lot of tape, but either way it went in, and nice job of getting that point.
We saw a lot of that yesterday. Lucy and Jess, even if they didn't get a block on it, their defense did a good job of pressuring Sunnybrook at the net as that ball just can't get over the net, and Banff will have a chance to tie back up. Lady Warriors still with the lead, 11-10 in a back-and-forth first set. Both teams still getting a feel for the game. There are some nerves. It is a state championship game after all, as Banff will send over the ball. Kinsey dug out. Ooh, Kinsey with the fake there. Jess sends it over.
There's a little push shot. Nice shot, Michaela.
Hoffman sets up Kinsey.
Get over.
Oh, it looked like it almost died on that net. It was staying there so long, but it just couldn't quite go our way. It's a good timeout, I think, from Coach Selly as Banff ties it up at 11.
Yeah, we talked about just the interesting defense. Typically, you would have people blocking, but just because of their size, and I think their strength is floor defense, they drop everyone back, and they're just daring us to hit. And unfortunately, having these unforced hitting errors plays to that game that they want. So it's important for our setters and hitters to be the setters to give the hitters a good ball, and hitters to make sure that they're attacking the ball in the court and forcing the defense to make the play.
Absolutely. And Coach Selly talked about before the game, we want our mindset to be strong. We want to switch from a victim mindset to a warrior mindset. The Lady Warriors have been strong mentally. In the past, even this season, we've seen the Lady Warriors when they go against a 2-0 run, a 3-0 run, it can kind of start to pour when it rains, right? But so far in the state tournament, Annapolis has been pretty strong, minus one or two sets here and there, but Annapolis has been pretty strong to follow suit. Like you talked about, a lot of people may have thought, oh, the Lady Warriors dropped 2 in a row, that it's probably over. Even if it goes to a 5th set, Sunnybrook will probably end up winning it. Not so fast. The Lady Warriors were able to stay calm and finish the job. Their mentality is very strong, and there's been a lot of great leadership from the senior Hannah Hoffman, not being scared and being strong.
Yeah, absolutely. See if we can get a side out here.
As Banff will send it over. Annalyn with the overhead hit. Michaela will send over the free ball for Banff. Big swing.
Nice.
Good overhead hit again from Michaela as Jess will set it over. They send it to the back row. Michaela.
Good dig.
Ready to defend today. Banff is scrambling right now. It'll be another chance for a free ball.
We've got the advantage here. If we can keep it stay organized, we'll eventually get a good set and hit.
Sets up Kinsey.
There we go.
And that ball's out of bounds. Good, patient offense from the Lady Warriors.
Yeah, you don't have to get necessarily to the floor every time, but you have to keep the defense on their heels, so you keep getting a better ball and you keep attacking, and eventually you'll get the set and hit that you want.
Michaela Wagner sends over a deep one. Annapolis's back row needs to be ready,
There we
but
go.
they won't have to because that ball sails into the net.
And really what you can see, a good serve it'll force the passer to pass the ball and pull the setter off the net, and that's what we're looking for, is a setter having to run after the ball away from the net.
Michaela with another deep serve. Banff,
Free ball.
and it's going to be another free ball. Michaela Hoffman finds Kinsey.
That's just unfair.
And they are able to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Great job from Banff. You thought that might be a kill.
Keep feeding her.
She'll get another chance here.
Oh.
And that ball goes just a bit long. You thought that was going to be a cross-court kill from Kinsey. Banff did a good job to dig that out and keep the point alive.
Yeah, you can tell they're fearless. They're taking those balls. They're in position. There's a lot of them. There's all 6 out there, and they're not afraid to dig.
Lady Warriors needing a side out
Good
to
pass.
reclaim their lead by 2. And Kinsey her momentum was carrying her just a little bit too far as she goes into the net, tied back up at 13.
Yeah, I tried to speed up the tempo, which is good. They're quick, but unfortunately her approach, she jumped into the net.
Annapolis tied up with Banff right now in the state championship as
Good swing,
a big
good swing.
swing from the sophomore
Yes.
at the net. Jess is there, not today.
And one of those things that Jessica did, we actually I tried to work with her a little bit, is that you don't want to push the ball back the same direction it came from, because you know people are going to be chasing it. So she changed direction, she pushed it to her left and got the kill.
Find the new spot. Kinsey sends over the serve for the Lady Warriors, and a quick tip blocked by
Nice,
Jess.
Michaela. That's good movement with her feet.
Hoffman, quick tip from Genesis.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
A little unexpected. You thought she was going to swing it. Good, quick set from Genesis to send the ball over, and Banff was scrambling on the defensive
You
side.
don't have to always attack the ball full swing. She did a good job putting in that little, we call the donut area in the middle of the court, forced the bad dig.
As Banff will fake the big swing, sends over a free ball.
Nice.
Hoffman sets up Jess. Quick tip. Banff was ready. They will send over a hit this time. And
Nice
Jess
block.
is at the net. Kinsey
There we go.
digs
Good
it out.
dig. See him get a swing from Genesis.
Hoffman
Nice.
finds Genesis, and that ball sails just a bit long.
Good swing. Good swing, though.
You
That
like
was-
the aggressiveness.
Yeah, that was by a credit card. That was just barely out.
Annapolis still with the lead midway through this first set. It's a back and forth set. It's 15-14 Lady Warriors in the state championship game. Michaela finds Jess. Genesis had to
Nice
move.
shot.
Good placement there. Banff was scrambling. Michaela will find TJ, just sends it over, but good placement on that one.
They're scrambling. Annapolis needs to stay organized and get a good swing.
Jacinia.
Good. There we go.
Jacinia forward, cranks it home for the Lady Warriors.
Again, like I said, it doesn't have to always be a kill, but if you keep the defense on their heels, scrambling, you'll eventually get them out of place, and that off-speed shot scores.
As Mr. Hoffman is fired up after that one.
The fans are fired up. Nice serve.
Great serve
Oh,
from
be there,
Jess.
Be there. Yes. Oh, she was in the net.
They
she
keep
was in
it
the net.
alive. No call. TJ sets up Hoffman. Back to Kinsey. Just a bit short on that attack.
She's kind of delayed her approach and slowed down when you need to. You wait and then you drive to the ball. You don't want to start, stop, and then restart again.
Still a close game here in this opening set. 16-15, Lady Warriors lead as Kinsey digs it out to Jess. Jess finds the sophomore,
Nice.
and Genesis Lopez torches it for Annapolis.
Yeah, she unloaded that. They have all 6 people back, and typically you don't have a defender in the middle of the court for that reason, because a lot of balls come, and she almost got her head taken off.
We talked about Kinsey a lot yesterday, but so far in the state tournament, it's not just been Kinsey. We've had a couple hitters. We've had Jess. We've had Genesis making big moves.
Yes.
And Genesis will continue to be involved after the ace.
She did a short serve, and you think you just want to keep attacking it deep, but she served it short, and that player wasn't ready for it. Timeout.
And it's going to be a timeout. Lady Bears, Annapolis finding their groove in this first set. This is their biggest lead, 18-15. Mr. Lockyer, what have you seen from Annapolis to take this first set into a back-and-forth game to now having a bit of a lead now in this first set?
Well, we talked about staying organized and being on the attack, and as I mentioned before, it doesn't have to always be a kill on that first ball, but you have to force the defense to make a play on it, to scramble, and when they get out of position and they send an easy ball and they're out of position, then that's when the attacks fall. So Annapolis has done a good job staying organized. That first contact's getting to the setter. The setter is finding good rhythm, and hitters now starting to get in a rhythm. Genesis especially, like see Kenzie kind of get going. She's been a little, she's made a few hitting errors. I think her timing's a little off still. Like to see her get going. Jasenia, she's got a few kills. She's starting to get rolling. That's good. Our timing's starting to settle in. And again, we have to stay in attack mode and not allow Banff to dictate the pace and kind of the scatter ball that they want this game to turn into.
Continue to run your offense. Continue to be aggressive as the sophomore, number 1, Genesis Lopez, will float it over for Annapolis.
And that's a good, you can see that they had to send it over on 2, and that's going to be out of bounds, yeah.
And it was so high, it hit the ceiling, and it fell right down. That's a good break for Annapolis.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row that Genesis has served that we haven't had to do anything for. These are easy points. Love it when we get these points on serve.
Lady Warriors 6 points away now from clinching the first set in this state championship game. Banff will try to get their offense going here with just a quick set.
Good.
Hannah was ready. Jess sets up TJ.
Nice
TJ
shot.
with a good swing.
Good swing.
Quick tip, another dig from TJ. Great play from her on this point.
There we go, just stay organized. There we go.
Kinsey finds Hannah. Back to TJ.
Good, TJ, nice swing. Gonna get a free ball, but this is what we need. We want to keep them organized.
Hoffman sends over a quick one.
That's probably not the best option.
And that looked like it was going to be long. It was close. Genesis plays it. Jess will send it over.
We don't want to get in a free ball game with them.
This is probably the longest rally of the match as Genesis big overhand swing. It's close at the net, and Banff will be the victor on that point. It was back and forth. It was a little sloppy, and we talked about pregame. That's the style they want to turn this game into. They don't want to let the Warriors set up their offense. They want to turn it into a ball where it's back and forth, game at the net.
Yeah, they want to turn this into a ping pong match. We don't want to do that.
Save the ping pong for the Olympics. Kinsey Stice with the hit. Banff will dig it out, and they go the quick tip, and like we talked about, they're going to find that ball, like you said, on that second swing. Not, we're getting ready for that third swing. We saw a lot of that from Sunnybrook, but right now they're hitting the ball over on that second swing. Annapolis needs a side out. They want to continue to keep control. Good serve from Banff. Kayla was ready. Jess sends that ball long.
Yeah, she just got ahead of it, and when your body gets ahead of the ball and you hit it behind your head, that's typically what's going to happen. Just need to get the timing down a little bit better.
You don't want to keep a team like this in the game. Just like that, the Lady Warriors lead falls down to 1. As Kinsey just misses that one.
This is a tough rotation for us. Our best hitters in the back row. This is the rotation that we don't want to get stuck in. We need to side out of this one.
As Coach Selly will call the timeout to regroup. That's 4 unanswered from Banff. And talk about that just a little bit with the rotations. I know it's different than just basketball where you sub 5 in, you sub 5 out. You've got to know where you are in the rotation. So where are the Warriors right now in their rotation?
Yeah, so this is a tough rotation for them. They have Hannah setting in the front, so they only have 2 hitters. They have TJ and Lucy, both underclassmen. And then you have your best hitter back row with Kinsey, and then Genesis and Jasenia. So all of your best hitters are not in the front row. It makes it pretty tough. Hannah will maybe need to make a play as a setter. She might look to attack with a setter dump. But we're probably going to need to side out with probably a back row attack and to get out of this. And the difficulty is Banff has a pretty tough server. So this is a really this is a pretty challenging spot for the Warriors.
This is the moment of the match so far. Annapolis thought they might have been able to cruise in this first set after picking up the 4-point lead. Banff find a way to fight their way back out of it, scrap themselves into a tie. 19 points each team. Jess to Hoffman. Finds Lucy, the
nice
freshman.
Swing. All right, here we go.
And Hannah saves it. Michaela sets up Kinsey, who sends it to the back row.
Here it comes again.
Quick tip. And Annapolis just a bit too slow on that reaction time.
Yeah, 20. That's the second time. 23. She has her back facing the net, so it looks like she's going to be setting or doing something. Then she turns and dumps it over. We can't let her keep doing that.
Annapolis needs a side out here after a good serve from Banff. Hannah finds Lucy. Quick serve. Set, excuse me. As Banff will send it back over. Chance for the Lady Warriors as Hannah with the quick tip.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more aggressiveness. There, again, there's the dinking and dunking and going over on two, kind of unconventional. Annapolis getting caught a little flat-footed.
We talked about yesterday with the coaches, you've got to be able to adjust. Basically, 4 or 5 of these last few points have been Banff setting that ball into the middle, I think you called it the donut place of the defense, and they're just a little bit too slow on the reaction time. Lady Warriors need to be able to adjust. As you see, a lot of them are right in front of the net. As that sails long, and Annapolis gets the much-needed side out.
We got stuck in that rotation, and that was not the rotation to get stuck in. And now we have a much stronger front row.
Annalyn Brush, who did a great job yesterday at the service game for ACA, sends over a fast one. Banff with the big hit. Annalyn digs it out. Hoffman sets up Kinsey. Banff will attack this time. They set it to the back row. Hoffman with the push.
It's going to be a little roll shot.
Back and forth we go. Hoffman finds Kinsey Stice.
There
Big swing, and Kinsey Stice smacks it home for Annapolis.
Just, again, it requires a little bit of patience with the team. Banff is going to get some digs. They're going to keep the ball alive. It's getting the ball and the set and the attack that you want. So sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times. We just got to stay aggressive.
Good serve to set up the free ball following the
here
serve for
so
Annapolis.
use it.
Hannah finds her again. Big swing. And
Kaboom.
Kinsey Stice with the sledgehammer. That is a big run from Annapolis. They have the lead again. It's 22-21 ACA.
So I would hate being number 0 because she's stuck in the middle of the court, and between Genesis and Kenzie, someone's going to take her head off.
Annalyn sends over a deep serve. Annapolis 3 points away from taking this opening set. And a little bit out of bounds on that dig from Jess. We are tied again at 22 points apiece.
That's really the first attack, particularly at a cross-court angle we've seen. Banff has shown they're not really consistently going to be able to do that.
Here we go. Both teams 3 points away from winning this first set. Annapolis needs a side out here. Short serve. Michaela
nice
was ready. Hoffman.
Oh, boy.
It's at the net. It's going to stay there forever.
Wow.
And they will say that we were into the net. We were kind of eyeballing it. It stayed there for a while, and we ran into it just a little bit. So Banff will pick up the point. They lead it 23-22 now.
Yeah, Hannah just put the ball on top of the net and made a really tough play for Kenzie.
Let's see if Annapolis can get a much-needed side out to stay alive in this opening set. Hannah finds Kinsey. Big swing.
There we go.
And Kinsey Stice off the tip drives it home for Annapolis to tie it up at 23.
Yeah, good shot. Again, she's got the whole court to work with. There's no block. She just jumps up and just cranks it.
Hannah Hoffman, the senior,
This is
back to serve.
This is a good rotation for us. Good, strong server. Let's see if we can finish it here.
2 points away are both teams. We're tied at 23. Banff will tip it over.
There we go.
Kinsey was ready. Finds Hannah. She's going to set her up again. Kinsey Stice.
Kaboom.
Kinsey Stice cranks it home, and Annapolis is 1 point away from opening this state championship game with a win of the first set.
And again, defensively, if you're there, it's an easy dig, which you saw, and then just set.
Hoffman.
Watch it over.
Banff going to take a swing,
There
not
we go.
so
Another
much.
easy one. Feed her.
Annapolis finds Kinsey. A push. Good dig from Banff. Annapolis keeping things alive here. Kinsey will take another swing.
Yes.
And good placement on that one from Kinsey Stice. Went with the changeup, and Annapolis takes home the first set, 25-23. They win it 1-0. They lead 2 sets away from a state championship title.
Really smart by Kenzie. She'd been attacking what we call zone 6, which is the deep middle part, and then she did a change of pace with a cross-court roll shot. Defense wasn't ready. Amazing job.
Annapolis, that was a tense set at times, right? It was back and forth. We went. It was exciting. It had a little bit of everything, a little bit of rust that both teams were shaking off from sitting for a while, right? You saw probably the first 10 points of the game. It was back and forth, but Annapolis did a good job to fight, to weather the storm after the run, and stay alive in this set.
You can see it's going to require some patience. They're not necessarily maybe get the first kill, but if they can attack, Banff will get a touch on it, and then we'll get a free ball, and then get a better pass. All of those things are going to help set up the maybe the second or third swing is going to be the one that gets the kill, and then just having that patience is really, really important.
And Annapolis has looked strong so far in this game. We want to continue to see that from the Lady Warriors. We want to continue to be aggressive, and we actually have one of our students joining the broadcast right now as Jacob Segundo, just coming off of the big win yesterday. Man,
Yes,
y'all
sir,
absolutely torched it yesterday. What was it, 69-18?
Yes, sir, 69-18.
My goodness, Annapolis just dominating every single sport they play. How did the game go yesterday? Tell me a little bit about the football game.
So offensively, we're going to do what we want to teams. Teams' defenses can't stop our offense. So offensively, we know that we're going to dominate the game. 69 points. I think the lowest we've scored this season was 50-something.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. 50 points, gosh.
I know. We should be scoring more. But defense,
You have high standards for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Our offensive coordinator, Coach Hobb, he's very good putting offense together. Even with a couple people out, we're able to sub in a couple of bench players, and we were still able to do what we wanted offensively. So defensively, yesterday we had 18 points scored on us, which was the most that a team had scored on us.
Yeah.
I think something that our team needs to work on defensively is open field tackling.
Okay.
Being able to open field tackle is something that is crucial to the game of football, and whenever you have a shifty running back like the team did yesterday, you have to be able to tackle in the open field.
Yeah.
We're going to see players like that, real shifty, throughout the season. Texas Christian coming up, they have a really shifty running back. And we have to be able to cover an open space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where we need to work on.
So good job from Annapolis to get the win yesterday. Annapolis football getting ready to make that state run in a couple of weeks. But right now, the Lady Warriors are making their state run right now. Jacob, we won the first set. What did you like from the Lady Warriors after that first set?
I really like the aggressiveness coming from Annapolis.
Yeah.
The swing after swing after swing. No team in TCAL is going to be able to stop those swings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our defense was amazing, but I think one thing we need to work on is just the little mistakes.
Yeah.
The little mistakes is the one thing we need to work on, but stay aggressive, play defense, and just keep putting it on them. You know what I mean?
Keep bringing home the offense.
Bring
Good.
the heat,
yeah, let's keep bringing the heat. Yesterday, I know you were in the middle of the football game. You told me you were watching a little bit the first couple sets. It was back and forth. It was another rival, Annapolis, Sunnybrook. I know you got a chance to watch a little bit of it after the game. What did you think of that big-time win from Annapolis yesterday?
Oh, man. We were watching it on the way up. Even Ben Marsh was in the car with us, and we were going crazy in the car. The whole car was shaking while we were driving, and we were having the greatest time. I thought they played really well. Again, just the little mistakes, but overall, man, we were about to kick off the game.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we heard all our fans cheering behind us, like, let's go Warriors.
What is going on?
And we all turn around, and they're like, the girls won. And then the football team's like, let's go. So it was a great time.
Man, really special moment for Annapolis yesterday. Both teams getting the win. We know the football team is going to be absolutely demolishing these next couple of opponents, getting ready for that state run. They're getting ready to make the state championship run. We'll be broadcasting those games as well on the WSN. Right now, 2 sets left, though, for the Lady Warriors to clinch. What do they need to do? You said be aggressive, but right now, Banff is being a little sloppy, we've seen at times. They're not really setting up their offense like Sunnybrook did, right? Sunnybrook was, very intent about getting the ball to their hitters, swinging hard. You're seeing a little bit of a different play style from Banff, so how do they need to adjust to a little unconventional play style?
So Annapolis, playing sloppy teams, playing teams that are going to work hard for the ball, like we see Banff, they're real scrappy.
Yeah.
So being able to play against those teams is also another challenge because they're going to look for there's going to be open holes that they're going to be able to find, and so you just have to be able to cover those open holes inside of your defense.
That's good stuff from the senior. After your football career, you might have to pull a Troy Aikman and come be a broadcaster because you're pretty good at this stuff. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes,
Jacob
sir.
Segundo, we are still live from the Warriors Best Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break as the set gets ready to come to another start here. We are live from beautiful Wimberley, Texas. We'll be right back at the WSN.
We have the start of the second set. Annapolis up 1-0 after a 25-23 victory in that first set. Banff will be serving first.
And that was a tough one. Annapolis not quite ready. They weren't sure. It looked like it might have been just under the net, but it barely snuck through as Banff opens up the scoring.
Yeah, it's a tough serving from that zone 5 to our zone 1. That's a tough having it come straight at you.
Banff sends over a speedy serve there as Hoffman will bump set to Kinsey Stice, and just a bit short on that swing.
Yeah, just the timing a little bit off. The set not quite where she wants it. She's starting the approach a little bit too early on those higher balls. She needs to wait and then be able to get a full approach on it.
Annapolis finds himself down early in this second set, needing to get on the board here. Hoffman looks to Ford, sends it to the back row. Banff, they do try to get a swing up here, and they do. Good block, keeping it alive for Annapolis. Here's Kinsey. And Kinsey finds the donut of the defense. I learned a new term today.
The donut, yep. It's that short zone 3 area. Even in their 6 people, that middle, because she was attacking, that person in the middle of the court had to drop back a little bit, leaving that little empty space there. Kinsey didn't really actually get a full swing on it. It kind of paint brushed off there, but got the point.
Good swing from Hannah Hoffman. Banff just has to send it over. Michaela finds Jess.
Nice.
And it's in. Jasenia Ford hammers it home for Annapolis.
Yeah, so they send all 6 people back, but it's kind of like a little bit of a number 5 on a dice, leaving those angles wide open.
Annapolis ties it up 2-2. Quick tip and a little bit short on that
nice
tip.
serve.
She was going backpedaling. She tried to one-hand it, and those are tough to handle as Annapolis picks up the lead 3-2 early on in the second set.
Well, she was going to tip it, but Kinsey was there, and so she saw her and tried to change directions once she saw her, and by doing that, mishandled the ball.
Annapolis gains back the lead as Hannah Hoffman sends over another good serve. Not just a good serve, it's an ace. Hannah Hoffman.
Yeah, she hammered that with it was kind of across her body, and it just went from right to left and right between 2 Banff players.
Lady Warriors now finding their groove in this state championship game. Hoffman, it's another, that might have been 100 miles an hour, folks. Banff,
another easy one.
Sends over the free ball,
Good
finding
set.
Kinsey.
Good set.
Good placement on that one. Banff will struggle just to get the free ball off.
So here's the when we keep the advantage. Now
Banff will take a swing. Good overhead hit from Annalyn. Kinsey, she was kind of second guessing herself. It looked like she was going to bump it, but she tried to go for the tip, and it sails into the net.
Yeah, typically you think the setter's going to take that second ball, so there's a little bit of hesitation between Hannah and Kinsey. Kinsey had the best angle on it, and she just hesitated a little bit too late.
Banff sends over a ball that goes into the net. Ka-chow, Annapolis.
Love those unforced errors. That's so helpful.
Annapolis takes it to 5. They lead it 5-3 in this second set. They took home the first set, in control of the match so far, but you don't want to get lackadaisical. You want to continue to pile on the pressure as Michaela Wagner sends over a deep serve. Banff barely able to keep it alive, but it's a free ball.
You can use it here.
Hoffman, Jess with the tip. Banff, big swing. Hoffman digs it out.
Good dig.
Michaela, Genesis will get the ball over. Both teams kind of scrambling right now. We talked about it. Back and forth we go.
So Annapolis needs to stay organized, keep swinging. Good swing.
Genesis will swing there, and she will drive it home for ACA.
Yeah, like they have a little bit, like I mentioned, like the number 5 on a dice. They've got all 4 corners covered and someone in the middle leaving these gaps, and then Genesis is able to find that deep hole.
Michaela, another great serve. Banff will go for the swing, and you can tell that's not typical of their game. They're trying to adjust. They're trying to make it go 3 hits, but that's not what they're used to, and they're struggling a little bit after the timeout from Banff to talk things through.
We're actually forcing them to play our game, which is a little bit faster tempo, forcing the hitters to swing, and they're not used to just jumping and ripping the ball. They want to kind of, like I said, dink and dunk and roll shot. So we're actually doing what they want us to do, which is play their game, and they're playing into our hands right now, and we've got a big lead.
And like we talked about, their game is typically going for that second quick set or just that shove to get the ball and surprise us. But right now, Annapolis's defense has done a good job to be able to contain Banff with those quick sets. So they're having to adjust their style of play, and you can tell it's affecting them right now in this game.
Yeah, so defensively, you typically the way that we play defense is that we transition out to the perimeter of the court and then work in. But now that they're not hitting, we actually can start cheating a little bit, and we're getting to the ball a little bit faster, a little bit sooner. And like I mentioned, those are easy balls if you're there. You're not really having to worry about any speed, any pace, and you can put the ball right to the setter.
Michaela has done a good job being confident at the service line,
Nice
and
serve.
she sends over another great serve to the
Get a
back
free
line.
ball.
Annapolis with a chance here. Hannah setting up the offense. Genesis sends it
A little
over.
more aggressive with it.
Jousting at the net
Nice.
they go, and Annapolis is the victor of that one.
In volleyball, we call that a roof, but she just roofed that. Genesis, yeah, Jasenia did a great job. It was a 50-50 ball. She did not let the setter dictate it. She took it and just completely sealed that deal.
Warrior Nation getting loud,
Nice
getting proud,
serve.
and it's an ace. Michaela Wagner is on fire behind the service line right now.
She absolutely froze number 1, who's in the middle of their serve receive, and there was confusion there. That ball just traveled. You could see it move. One didn't know what to do and just stiffened up, and that was the ace.
Michaela,
Nice
another
serve.
big
There it
time
is again.
serve. It's another big time ace. Oh, she's got ice in her veins. Michaela cooking Annapolis up 10-3.
You can see one is confused, like she is like not knowing what to do. That ball is coming so fast. She's getting frozen, and the people behind her don't know if she's taking it or not. They finally moved her up. Let's see if that's going to change anything. Michaela just needs to keep attacking that zone.
And that ball sails along, but we will take that big-time run from Michaela. Great job to keep the Warriors in this lead. 10-4, they lead it in the second set here as Banff will serve it over. Here we go. Annapolis, Michaela digs it out. Jess, Kinsey with the quick set. Banff goes for the swing,
Nice
dug
dig.
out. Hoffman finds the
set.
sophomore.
Nice.
And
we got a
ju-
touch.
And
Got
it's a touch. So
Yeah.
Annapolis, even though that ball was a little long, it did take a touch off of the Banff's back line. So Annapolis will receive the point. It's 11-4, ACA with the lead.
So in volleyball, it's called a tool. You actually tool the block. So Genesis came in with an aggressive high hand hit. They went off the top of the block and out.
Kinsey Stice now sends it over,
Oh, it's an
and
ace.
they send over another ace. Annapolis' serving game is in the zone right now.
Banff, you can tell, is a really shell shock now. We have dictated the pace. We forced them to play our style of game, and they are really struggling right now.
Kinsey, another big one. Banff finally able to contain
Free
Annapolis' serve, but they will get a free ball. Good effort
job,
from
Michaela.
Michaela. Hoffman finds TJ. Banff with the quick tip. Good reaction from Genesis.
There we go. Good. Love that we got a swing off of that.
This has been the best rally
That's
of the
out.
third set so far, and it ends with another hitting error for Banff, which results in another point for Annapolis.
This is one of the things that we worked on in practice is instead of on the scramble ball, sending a free ball over to try to get an attack, we got one, even though, again, it wasn't a kill. It forced the defense into a position they didn't want to be, forced the error.
You love to see it from the practice court to the game. And another big-time
Ace.
serve from Annapolis, and Banff's defense is absolutely scrambling right now, trying to find a way to return the serve, but they sent so many people far back, there wasn't anybody at the net.
Yeah, Annapolis is doing a good job of confusing the person in the middle of serve receive and kind of freezing everybody up, and now you can see she kind of olayed that, and it forced a really bad pass.
As Annapolis looking to continue to be aggressive, they
Good
find
swing.
Jasenia Ford.
Rats.
Looked like it took a touch. It was close, but it did not. So Banff will get the much-needed side out there. They are down big, though, in this set. Annapolis is just piling it on right now. It's 14-5, ACA with the lead. Michaela to Jess. Finds Genesis.
Boom.
Big swing. Banff, great hustle to keep it alive, but it's a free ball.
Keep pounding away.
Hoffman finds TJ. Just a bit short on that swing.
She's just a little too tentative. It was a great set. She kind of stopped her arm. She should have just taken a swing at it. She had the opportunity. Just need to keep being aggressive.
Annapolis looking to get the side out here as Michaela digs it out to Jess. Jess finds Genesis.
Good swing.
Good cross-court kill for the sophomore, Genesis Lopez.
Yeah, a little slide approach, which means it's kind of an inside-out, one-foot approach. Able to crank that angle. Wasn't like a full speed attack, but again, those are the spaces that are open in that defense.
Jasenia Ford sends over a deep serve. It's going to be a battle at the net.
Ball. Here we go.
Annapolis can continue to pile it on,
Nice.
and they do almost get the kill there. They will get the kill after miscommunication from the Bears. The Lady Warriors continue to roll. They lead it by 10.
Genesis is feeling her rhythm. She was a little off balance, but still got a high hand hit. It forced them into kind of a scramble confusion ball, and then that ball just landed on the El Kiesel in the game, another senior.
El Kiesel in her senior send-off here. Two seniors hoping to send them off. And a late call.
It was out.
The line judge did not rule it, which that's his call. He decided to take a break on that one, I guess.
I think he was on a coffee break.
And
it was out.
he forgot his coffee on that coffee break. So Annapolis just a bit outside. But, yes, we hope to send our seniors out with this state tournament victory here as Hoffman able to handle that tough serve. They're scrambling. They'll be able to send over the free ball, though. Annapolis' defense needs to be ready. Banff attacks, but they aren't able to get it over the net. And Banff's attacks haven't been challenging the Warriors too much because they've not even been able to get the ball over the net.
Yeah, Banff is used to like in just kind of a two, sending it over on two and roll shot, and then when they have to actually approach and attack the set hitter timing's not there.
Genesis
Nice
Lopez sends
serve.
over a big serve.
Oh, wow. Good
Banff,
save.
good save to keep it alive. TJ will take a swing.
Jump and hit.
Banff with the jump set.
That's what they want to do.
And that's a nice play from Banff. They haven't had a lot of action on the offensive side, but a good fake out to get it over the block of Annapolis.
Yeah, they don't want to take a swing. That's what they want to do, these little soft little shots. We honestly just need to cheat on that.
Annapolis only 8 points away from clinching the second set as Lucy. Big play from TJ as Jess sends it over. Good defense from the Lady Warriors.
Keep it alive.
Swing, and that did take a bounce. Good offense there from Banff.
Yeah, this is what they want to do. Again, the dink, the dunk, the roll shots. We don't need to probably play as deep as we are on our defense. We can start cheating in, assuming it's going to be a soft off-speed shot.
Lucy tips it, and that's going to be a double. She'll want to have that one back.
Yeah, that's a freshman mistake. She's a little too tentative. She needs to be a hitter and jump and hit it.
She's done a good job so far in this state tournament, not making too many mistakes, stepping up in a big-time role at the net with her defensive presence. Annapolis needing the side out here. It's 17-10, Banff with the lead. Kinsey Stice rises up
Nice.
and hammers it for Annapolis. Big time swing from Stice.
Yeah, so that's the rotation that we need to get out of right away. We gave them a few points, but got the back row attack kill that we needed.
And the freshman, Annalyn Brush, comes in to continue ACA's dominant run from the service line this set. They lead at 18-10 as Annalyn sends one over to the back row. Banff with the swing. Good dig from Michaela. Hoffman finds
Nice
Kinsey.
set.
She's feeling it. Ooh, a good dig from
Yeah,
Banff to
good dig.
keep things alive. And another hitting error from
Yeah,
Banff.
31 is struggling. She's trying to attack the ball. Our block is there. Again, I think she's not used to actually taking full swings on the ball, and that's causing some timing issues.
The ACA chants ring through as that ball is going to be hard to handle. It should be another free ball. As
Easy free
Annapolis with a chance to set up their offense. Here comes Kinsey.
Touch,
And it takes a
touch.
touch.
Yeah.
And Annapolis continues the avalanche. The second set, they cross the 20 threshold. It's 20-10, all ACA this
That
set.
ball was actually going out. It didn't have any topspin on it. 10 just couldn't pull her arms back in time.
Annalyn sends over a
Nice
short
serve.
one,
Nice
and she
serve.
sends over an ace. Don't call her a freshman. She's looking like a veteran right
She's
now.
a freshman. The avalanche is coming. Annapolis just needs to keep the pressure on. Just pour it on.
We talked to Hannah about how teams can collapse if you continue to pressure
Another
it on.
ace.
And Annapolis continues to pressure it on. The freshman, Annalyn Brush, with back-to-back aces. 3 points away now from clinching the third straight state title for ACA.
So the momentum needs to be strong because it can carry you into that third set. So they need to keep the pressure on them even though they got a big lead.
Don't give Banff any glimmer of hope heading into the third set. And a bit of miscommunication on the Lady Warriors side, needing to talk that one out a little bit more.
Yeah, another freshman mistake. After you block, you need to get off the net to be a hitter. Lucy stayed there and some miscommunication. Hannah needs to take care of that.
And an underhand
That's
serve.
just an easy one. We should really get an easy side out on
And
this.
Kinsey Stice, she was getting excited seeing that
Yeah.
underhand serve. And good overhead hit from
Nice.
Hoffman.
And
Close at the net and tough one to handle. It was right above that net. Kinsey was reaching a little too far on
yeah,
that
just
one.
tried to push power it through there a little bit, and the set was a little too far inside. It should be an easy serve receive.
Another underhand set, a chance for Annapolis here. Hoffman finds Kinsey, rises up, and Kinsey Stice terminates it.
Well, you give them an easy, basically a free ball. Kinsey hit what we call a 32, which is a 3 position, so she's able to come in a little bit into the court. Again, no block. That's almost unfair.
She was looking like the Air Jordan logo on that one. As that ball just sails long. Annapolis 2 points away from absolutely controlling this game. If you're up 2-0, you have all the momentum in the world. Annapolis will need to get a side out, though, if they want to bring home this point after a good dig from Michaela. Annalyn sends it to Jess. Banff with a free ball. Another quick tip. That's their game. We talked about it. Good play from Banff. Annapolis not ready for that one.
Yeah, we're reacting really late. She was very obvious. She showed her hands, and she showed exactly what she was going to do. We just couldn't quite get her feet there in position.
Annapolis needing a side out if they want to get back on serve to close out this set. Annalyn will send it to Hoffman. Jess sends over the free ball.
Yeah. And we're going to get a free ball back, see if we can get ourselves ahead
Michaela,
here.
Hannah, she's on fire, and she continues
There's
to
that.
let it burn. Kinsey Stice absolutely crushes it, and the Lady Warriors are 1 point away from leading 2-0.
It's another 3 ball, another 32. Kinsey loves that because she's able to drive into it. It's inside the court. Great set, just hammered away.
Michaela, she's had a lot of great serves. This is another good one, and
We got
another
another chance
free
here.
ball. Michaela
Good.
to Hoffman.
Back set.
Finds her again, and
Yeah,
she
tried to.
She was
ended on
already
that one.
she was already thinking about her post-game celebration after that one.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Lady Warriors only 1 point away. They lead at 24-15 in the second set, one side out from clinching the second set. Here we go. Michaela, chance here. Jess sends it to Kinsey. And that one just sails a bit too long. Good eyes from the Lady Bears on that one.
Yeah, just need to settle down, get the pass a little bit closer to the net so we can run our offense. This is a strong rotation. Got Genesis and Kenzie in the front row. That's
And
out.
that ball sails long, and the Lady Warriors can smell it. They're one set away from a third in a row state championship. Kinsey calling out to the Warrior Nation fans, can you hear it? Can you hear the Annapolis Avalanche? Because they continue to pour it on.
Yeah, I think after kind of a back and forth first set, Annapolis was able to get their confidence. They kind of felt out Banff and kind of figured out what to do with them. Defensively, they're able to cheat, which just helps. I mean, you know it's going to be soft roll shots, tip shots. You can cheat in on that. And when you're there, it's a super easy dig. And Annapolis starting to roll offensively.
And that first set reminded me of like an opening drive in football, right? Sometimes you're just trying to feel out the defense, you're trying to feel it out and see what they're gonna run, see what they bring to the table. And that's kind of what both teams were doing in the opening set early on. We saw a back and forth action. Annapolis, we knew they were gonna try to be a little wonky with their attacks, and they were. They were going and sending over some balls on the second serve. They were tipping it, finding that donut of the Annapolis defense, and Annapolis able to adjust. Their defense was ready, made Banff switch up their game, be a little more aggressive in that first and second set.
Yeah, we actually sped up Banff's offense, which is what they don't want to do, and we forced them to set and attack and try to attack us with full swings. We saw several hitting errors when they got into that. They want this game to be fast and scrambly and high balls and kind of slow and kind of, just a scatter ball kind of game when we stayed consistent. And now we're seeing Kenzie actually speed up her offense. She's hitting what we call a 3. It's in that she's able to come inside the court. Great sets. She was just hammering away at the ball. There's absolutely no block on a perfect set, and it's just almost unfair when you do that.
Absolutely, and I talked about football earlier. I do have to give a shout out. My Longhorns were able to fight away to get a tough game against Vanderbilt. They got the win. I can sense the eye roll emoji from Martisha Leifer about to come in the comments, but excited for that one. Shout out to the Longhorns, but we're not focused on them right now. We're focused on Annapolis. One set away now from winning their state championship game. The season's been up and down, but when these Lady Warriors get here, they know what to do. What does Annapolis, Mr. Lockyer, need to do in this third and hopefully final set to close it out and clinch that title for Annapolis?
Well, the recipe is the same. The second set, they were able to execute it to perfection. They just need to keep staying aggressive, stay organized, strong attacking serves, good first contact to allow the setters to be able to set whoever they want, and then setters putting the ball for hitters, and then hitters just hammering at the ball. Banff is a little shell-shocked between the serves and the pace of the serves, and then attacks with Kenzie and Genesis particularly. They're a little shell-shocked. We need to just basically give them no hope. Start really strong, and just force them to kind of go into shell, which kind of where they went second set.
These Lady Warriors are having no fear. And Coach Harper in the comments, that's right, we only fear God. Amen. He was channeling his inner Dak Prescott this weekend. Every once in a while you would hear a, here we go. And that helped. I know the Lady Warriors have loved having him and all of Warrior Nation. They really have talked about just the encouragement and the positivity have really helped give Annapolis this boost of confidence, and their confidence, when they're confident, they are tough to beat. That can be the Warriors. Their biggest enemy sometimes can be themselves. We've seen that at times. When they can start doubting themselves, they can start to struggle and continue to let runs pour against them. We have not seen old Annapolis here.
They've got the confidence, and now they just need to finish the job here.
Hannah Hoffman will start things off for the third set here in the TCAL 2A State Championship as Michaela will send it to Kinsey with the push. Banff was ready.
And then it's a roll shot.
Hoffman, good dig. Michaela.
She's going to keep getting attacks off of it.
Kinsey with a roll shot of her own. Banff trying to be aggressive. That's a tough one at the net.
Yeah.
And good placement on that tip from Banff. They open the set on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the ball was tight. Her block was not quite there. Gave her a little bit too much space to operate under.
Annapolis wanting to get a side out to continue that momentum from the last set. Good dig from Michaela. That was a good serve. Hoffman finds Jess. Banff with a big
That's
swing,
out.
and it just sails long. That was a great swing from
Yeah.
Banff. You saw a little more aggression in that, but it sailed just a bit too long.
But just to make the point, almost every time they've taken a full swing, it's been an error. It's either been the net or long. That's not the game they want to play, and so again, we want them actually to try to play our game. So this is good that they're trying to play our game, which for them is forcing or creating unforced errors.
And what's good is Annapolis has continued to play their game as well. Michaela sends over another great serve. She's been on her game behind the service line today. And like we just talked about, trying to play our game, a little unconventional. Banff just trying to find life here because all the momentum is in ACA's favor right now. Michaela back to serve. Lady Warriors up 2-1 as she floats it over. Banff another hit, and good effort from Annapolis, but just a bit too short.
Yeah, just kind of stuck a little bit. Again, we really shouldn't be respecting any hard attacks. We should be assuming it's going to be a soft roll shot, something towards the middle of the court.
Annapolis needs a side out here to take back their lead. It's 2-2. Michaela
Nice pass.
digs it out. Jess sends it to the sophomore. That ball just sails a little too long.
Yeah, I got ahead of it a little bit too much, hit it behind her head, and sailed it out of bounds. Just needed a little bit better timing.
The Lady Bears with the lead early on in this third set. They lead it 3-2 as they float it over to our back row. Annalyn sends it to Jess. Back to her. Little give and go action. Banff rises up. Here's a chance for
Easy
Annapolis.
roll shot.
Hoffman to Kinsey.
There we go.
Big time swing and a big time kill from Kinsey Stice.
Really nice set, the back set. I think Banff was kind of expecting it to go to the left side, and really nice back set, and Kinsey puts it away.
We've got Warrior Nation watching from all over the place. We've got people from Kilgore. We've got Tom Messner from Georgia cheering on the Lady Warriors.
All right.
We appreciate the support. Annapolis
Easy
continuing
dig.
to
Here we
roll
go.
here. Hoffman finds TJ.
Hit it.
Quick set. Annapolis was ready. And they're going to say Banff was in the net. Annapolis picks up the point.
Yeah, that point was starting to get a little sloppy. We sent one back over on one. We don't want to do that. We need to stay organized. Thankfully got bailed out with the net call.
Lady Warriors. Good serve from Kinsey. A bit of miscommunication leads to the ace.
Mine. Yeah, those are that we call them husband and wife balls in volleyball. And they're still kind of barking at each other.
Banff is all sorts of confusion right now. Annapolis continuing to be aggressive. That ball just sails a bit long past the line. Annapolis still leads though. Early on in this third set, they've won the first two. They just need one more to clinch this state championship. Here comes the serve from Banff. Good overhead from TJ. Kinsey will send it over. You can tell Banff scrambling even on some of the free balls as Annapolis,
nice, Genesis.
Good job at the block. Genesis sends over. Banff will look to get their offense rolling here. Jess with a diving dig. And Genesis tried to go with the quick shove.
Yeah.
It kissed off the top of the net, but fell back onto our side.
This is Banff's game. We can't get into this game with them. We need to stay organized, set up our attack, be smart with all that.
5-5. Here we go. All knotted up in the third set. TJ. And she mistimed that one. That ball was rolling, and she couldn't quite get where she wanted to on that one. And we got a timeout from Coach Selly. The Lady Warriors not wanting to mess around here. We don't want to make this third set close. And if you get into a close set, Mr. Lockyer, as we go into the timeout, it could be anybody's game. Let's say Banff comes out with it, then they get some momentum.
Right. Yeah, it's important to, and you can see when we start playing their game, that's when they start scoring points. We get into, we are the ones that start making the unforced errors, and we don't want to do that. So for Annapolis, it's about staying super aggressive. We just need a big side out here. This is get through some of the weaker rotations and get some of our better hitters in the front row, and then we can start rolling again.
Warrior Nation trying to inspire these Lady Warriors to get it going, and I think that's a great timeout from Coach Selly. It has been all Annapolis, after about midway through the first set, I would say, and it was back and forth in the first set, Annapolis started to find the rhythm, and they used that to cruise into the second set. And now in this third set, we're seeing Banff get a little bit more back into the game. They've done a good job weathering the storm from ACA. They're not just letting the Warriors roll into this third set. It's back and forth. Banff actually has the lead right now. It's 6-5. Coming out of the timeout, Lady Warriors need the side out here.
Yeah, they're definitely battling. They are not going to go down easy.
We knew it wasn't going to be easy. This is the state championship. Big
Good
dig
job,
from
TJ.
Jess, and
There
TJ gets it
comes.
over. TJ with another big dig. Michaela and her and Kinsey were hustling, but they just weren't quite able to get that one.
Yeah, that's the scramble scatter ball they want to play. We got completely out of sort, and then it just first ball over. That's the kind of game they want to play, and we need to get a better first contact and stay organized.
A little bit of chaos on the Annapolis defensive side, trying to get organized here. Jess sets up Kinsey. Big hit from the back row.
Good dig. Nice block.
And a big time block. Channeling her Dikembe Mutombo. Nowadays, there's not a lot of defense in the NBA. She might have a chance to win the Defensive Player of the Year with that block.
Well, we got the Lopez Roofing Company in full effect.
Annapolis looks to Jess for the serve. Banff will try to go for the tip.
Easy.
And it's a double. Annapolis
Yep.
finds himself back tied up here in the third set.
So that's, again, now we're forcing the tempo, forcing the style of play. That's really important.
Jess sends over another good one. A diving dig from Banff just results in a free
See if
ball.
we can use it.
Hoffman sets up Genesis.
Oh.
And it looked like both of the girls
They
were
wanted-
about
they wanted
to touch
to.
it.
They wanted to.
to go for it. They used their better judgment. They didn't touch it, and that ball just sailed out of bounds. Banff picks up the much-needed side out, and we have a close game so far in this set. It's 8-7 Banff as the Warriors back line was ready. Jess sets up Kinsey from the back row, and that ball sails a little bit long, and you talked about that. Kinsey has been at her game at the front row. Sometimes it can be a little hard when she has to play the back row.
Yeah, we're getting a little overzealous. We're because we've had successful hitting, we're starting to approach a little bit too quickly, too early, and it's forcing the timing issues.
Jess will send it over. Banff trying to set up their offense. That's going to be a tip.
Nice.
Kinsey was ready. Hoffman finds the sophomore.
There we go.
And Genesis with the cross-court kill.
Yeah, that's that spot is open. They have that, in that kind of that those 5 people, the 4 corners, and 1 person in the middle, leaving what we call zone 6, that middle of the court, deep middle of the court, and she just rocketed there. It was great.
Genesis Lopez and the Lady Warriors have done a great job from the service line in this tournament so far. Let's see if she can continue to keep it rolling, and she can. Banff with the hit.
Nice
Big
dig.
dig from Genesis. Sets up TJ. She'll send it to the back row. Another hit. And good offense from the Banff side. That's something we haven't seen a lot
Yeah.
of. They were taking their time. They were running their offense, and they had 2 big swings on that point.
Yeah, our feet were stuck in the mud though. That should have been, once you see that back row attack, you need to step up and into the court.
Gotta be on our toes, ready for this serve.
Okay.
But that's a gift. We'll take that all day.
If that ball went over, that would have been an ace. We weren't ready for it.
TJ Mouton takes a break for the Lady Warriors as Annalyn Brush will come on to serve. Lady Warriors only down by 1. It's 10-9. Banff with the lead. Annalyn, good one.
That was a good serve. All right, we're gonna get
Banff is scrambling, and they do send over the free ball.
There we
Annalyn
go.
to Jess.
Nice
Finds
shot.
Kinsey. Banff will just send over another free ball. They're scrambling. Annapolis needs to continue to be aggressive here. Hannah, the bump set. Kinsey, the spike,
Boom.
and the kill.
Same area, that zone 6 is wide open. You've got 2 deep diggers digging what we call zones 1 and 5 in the corners, and that's leaving it wide open. That's an easy. That's probably the easiest attack too, is to hit the ball right in the middle of the court.
She makes it look easy. I don't know if I could do that. That is very impressive as Annalyn sends home
Nice,
another
that's
serve,
an ace. Nope, not quite.
and
It's another
Banff
free ball.
barely able to keep it alive.
Here we go. let's use
Michaela to Jess, finds the senior.
Nice.
Big swing,
Oh.
just a bit too big as
Yeah.
it sails outside.
Yeah, she had that 1 foot approach. She kind of turned on a little bit too much.
This has been a good set from both teams. We've seen a lot of offense. Banff starting to find their way back into this game. Annapolis wants to win this one because Banff is starting to get a little momentum into this game. You don't want to let them hang around. As a very tough serve there. Annalyn did a good job to handle it. We'll send over the free ball. And a short one, and a scramble at the net. And Annapolis just can't quite get that one over. There's a little bit of miscommunication. We talked about a good timeout from Coach Ellie. We talked about that. Those balls that just float right at the net, and a little bit of chaos that creates for our Warrior defense.
That ball's almost too easy. You have too many people able to play the ball, and by doing that, no one really took initiative. It's 12-10. Banff is up here in the third set as Annapolis up 2-0 with Banff leading 12-10. This third set is kind of mirroring the first set. Was a little bit back and forth, style of play, kind of getting a little kind of crazy. Annapolis needs to settle down, stay consistent, stay organized, keep attacking. One of the problems is our hitters are getting a little overzealous. We had a few too many hitting errors. I know there's a wide open net, but your timing has to be there in order for you to attack the ball into the court. If you get a little overzealous and you over pursue, you hit the ball behind your head, or you don't snap and pull through, and those balls sail long.
And we knew it wasn't going to be easy. Annapolis is in a close set here in this third one. They're up 2-0, and they rolled in the second set, but Banff finally finding their way back into this game. They've had some good offensive spells, and they've made the Warrior defense scramble. Coach Selly called a timeout, trying to regroup, coming back refreshed, hopefully ready to get this side out. They only trail 12-10 in the third set. And that serve gives the Warriors a gift wrap, early Christmas present for Annapolis.
Yeah, it's a good timeout by Coach Selly, and you always love calling timeout and be rewarded by an unforced error by the other team.
Icing the kicker, if you will.
That's right.
Hannah Hoffman, the senior, in her final game as a Warrior.
Let's see if we can get a run here.
For volleyball, that is. She is going to suit up for the basketball team as well. Big swing and a good tool off the block for the Banff Lady Bears.
Yeah, just caught some tape and just kind of came off weird. That's a hard ball to play. Just need to side out right away.
Annapolis down 2 now, 13-11 in this third set. Lady Warriors back line ready. Annalyn. Hoffman, good communication, so there weren't two Lady Warriors running into each other. Great leadership from the senior. Off the block, Michaela digs it out. Good concentration from Annapolis, and Kinsey Stice buries it home.
That time she waited a little bit. She was more patient on the approach. It's a high ball. It's off the net. You have to really wait, kind of hold yourself back, and then start your approach. She did a good job keeping the ball in front of her. Nice deep shot, scored.
Lucy George will take a break as Genesis Lopez comes on. Michaela Wagner floats it over here. A great serve.
Yeah, good serve.
This should be a free ball for the Lady Warriors. Here we go. Jess Hoffman finds her again. Banff, good job to keep things alive here.
This is the patience we need to get a good swing.
Big swing!
That should be out. Yep.
And not able to contain it. A big time drive home from Kinsey Stice.
Yeah, that's the patience. You keep attacking. Eventually you're going to get the set and attack you want, and that's exactly what they did.
The Lady Bears are going to be a little sore tomorrow, especially those who have had a touch after Kinsey Stice's hits.
She tattooed them. Oh.
And Michaela just a bit short on that serving attempt. She'd like to have that one back. She's done a great job so far in this tournament. Lady Warriors still back and forth we go in this third set. They trail it 14-13.
This is our strong rotation. We want to side out and get a run going.
Jess keeps things alive.
Set.
Kinsey rises. Jess, good play to keep it alive.
Might have been out.
This time Banff will rise up. Not as much speed on that one, so Michaela will have a chance to set up Genesis. Back and forth. We've got a good rally here. Banff with the swing. Off the block.
Yeah,
and a good hit from Banff there.
Jasenia was over there, but she was too far off the block and got tooled. We need a side out right away. This is a really strong rotation if we can get a side out and hopefully get our service game going.
Annapolis down at 15-13 in this third set.
Out.
And good eyes from the senior. That ball's out.
All right, that's what we needed.
as Annalyn will take a break. TJ Mouton comes back into the game for Annapolis. Kinsey Stice looking to level it up for ACA.
That's over.
They're scrambling. TJ,
Nice, TJ.
at the net.
Here we go. Stay organized. Stay organized.
Hoffman to Michaela. Finds Genesis. Banff. They go for the hit.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just a bit short on that attempt. The Lady Warriors tied up at 15.
Got the unforced hitting error by just staying aggressive, staying organized.
And Annapolis looks to Kinsey again for the service call. Banff will go for the
That's out.
swing, and
Another
that's
hitting error.
way too long.
Yeah, another hitting error. Back-to-back errors.
We've seen a little bit of that early in this game. Now with continued pressure from Annapolis, we're seeing it again in this set. Banff had done a pretty good job getting out of those hitting errors, but we're seeing them pop up again. It results in the Lady Warriors taking the lead 16-15.
It's going to be another error.
And here we go again, 17-15 now.
This is
Folks,
the run we wanted.
8 points away
Yep.
from a state championship in 2024. Going for the three-peat are the Lady Warriors. Kinsey Stice back to serve.
Another good serve. Going to get a free ball off of it.
Annapolis, Michaela, Hoffman finds Jess.
It's going to be tight.
It's going to be at the net. Great reaction from Genesis.
Send it.
That
Yes,
ball's alive.
yes,
What
yes.
a play. What a play.
Get it, get up. Oh, they're calling it. Under
Oh, man. What effort from
the net.
Annapolis.
Good hustle.
It was a late whistle. If you're
Yeah.
going to call that one, go ahead and call it at the time.
So the center line, if any part of your body goes completely over the line, it's and I think what happened when Genesis turned, I think her foot went over the line.
Tough break for the Lady Warriors, but great effort nonetheless as Jess will set up Genesis, sends it to the back row. Off the block, not today, says ACA.
It's out, it's out. Oh.
Close one, Michaela plays it. Hoffman finds Genesis.
Nice.
Big swing,
Oh,
and that ball's
boy.
just a bit long.
Just a hair. Just a hair
Good
long.
hit. And we talked about this yesterday, though. The Lady Warriors in the past this season, if they were losing a game or losing points, they were sending over free balls. Now when they lose points, it's from hitting. So
Yeah.
that's what the Lady Warriors want to do.
The side out here. Easy serve.
Michaela. Jess.
You need
And
a
Hoffman
swing off of
sends
that,
it.
though.
Banff with a chance here. They'll hit it. Michaela
Good dig.
digs it. Hoffman finds Kinsey with the shove.
Yeah, we're being a little too tentative here.
Michaela. Hoffman. Let's see if we can get a swing. Good swing from
Good,
TJ.
There we go.
Back and forth we go in this point. Tied up at 17.
Yes.
And the Lady Warriors get another early Christmas present and an error from the Lady Bears.
Another hitting error, and it was just because we stayed aggressive. We kept attacking TJ a little bit better attack than what we've seen from her. Forced the hitting error.
Annapolis can sense it. They need to be ready on the defense, and Michaela was. TJ sends it to Jess. Good communication there. Big swing from
Another
Banff.
Good dig.
Michaela. Jess sends it to Kinsey.
Need to lead her a little bit more so she can get an approach on it. Another error.
And Banff is in their heads right now.
Yep,
It is all ACA. It's an Annapolis Avalanche on the offensive side in what looked to be a set where the Lady Warriors were struggling. They find a way to gain back control. They are 6 points away now. And a big-time
nice.
serve off the net. Great
Good
effort
free
from
ball.
Banff. Kinsey. Jess. Michaela with the left hand.
It's going to come over.
Hoffman. Jess sends it deep. Banff was ready.
Stay organized.
Good swing from Banff. Big-time dig from Jess. Michaela will pass it to Kinsey.
Get a hit.
But they just send
That's
it
an
over.
easy ball. Here, let's use it. There we go.
Kinsey, big swing. And Kinsey Stice with the sledgehammer. Annapolis crushes the 20 mark. 5 points away now.
Yeah, they just gifted us. We were getting a little disorganized. We kind of sent some easy stuff over, and that setter gave us a gift by that, just sending the ball over on one right to one of our players. We got an easy set, and then Kinsey does what she does and just dropped the hammer.
And Banff needs a timeout. We are 5 points away. Mr. Lockyer, you can sometimes if you look at the scoreboard and you see it, you think, oh my gosh, we're right there, we're 5 points away. But if you're Annapolis, you don't want to worry about the scoreboard right now. You want to keep playing your game.
Yeah, it's a 3-point game, and really, if Annapolis isn't careful, you get an error and then an ace. These games can turn really quickly. So Annapolis, again, the recipe's the same. Stay aggressive. Aggressive serves. Don't give them anything easy with the roll shots and tips, and then stay organized. And setters keep setting the hot hand, keep setting the hitters, and hitters just keep pounding away. Eventually that ball will go down.
We saw that yesterday in the semifinal. Annapolis's aggression helped them get that win after Kinsey Stice's big game. She's let that momentum carry over into another big game today. All of the Lady Warriors are having a great performance so far. Not too many errors across the board for Annapolis as Jess will send the ball just a bit too long.
Yeah, you never want to make an error on a timeout. That's kind of what the whole point of the timeout is. You don't want to give the satisfaction to the coach. So Annapolis just needs a side out, not let this. This is where these turnarounds can happen. You make an error, and then you get a serve point, and so Annapolis needs to really buckle down and get a side out here.
Michaela to Jess. Hannah sends it over.
Oh,
and that's in!
Wow.
Great placement from Annapolis.
If that was in, it hit the very far outside part of the line. Banff wants an overrule. It was, boy, and the ref's not going to give it to him. That barely touched the line, and it was on the outside part of the line.
Hard to tell. There's some conversation happening after the call.
The ref's not going to overrule. They can try to argue, but if she was going to do that, she would have done it earlier.
Whew.
Boy, that was a big call.
Annapolis 4 points away from their third state championship in a row. Genesis Lopez with the short serve. Banff, good swing. Hoffman digs it. Genesis keeps it alive, and TJ saves it for Annapolis.
See if we can get
Another big swing. Annapolis with a chance. Jess sends it to TJ. Good tip instead of sending over the free ball. Off the block. Kinsey's ready to dig. Jess sends it with the tip. Chance here. Annapolis will set up their offense. Kinsey Stice.
Yes.
And that's in. Kinsey Stice buries it. She has been on fire this state tournament, and Annapolis 3 points away. The sophomore, Genesis Lopez, with a chance to cut it to 2. Genesis Lopez back to serve. Sends it to the back row.
Out. Oh.
Genesis plays it. Big effort. And good effort from the Lady Warriors. Looked like that ball might have been sailing out.
If you're in the back, if you're playing middle back, you have to stand up to play that ball. It's probably out. It was probably coming right at her, so she tried to make a play on it.
Annapolis.
Still a 3-point game. Just need to side out.
Annapolis doesn't want to give Banff any life here in this third set. Good dig from Michaela. Let's see if we can get a swing here. And it's just a bit short. Again, we talked about when Kinsey's in the back row, it can be hard to place those balls where she wants them to be.
This is the rotation that we are the weakest in. We need a side out right away. This is where they could make a run.
Annapolis needing a side out. It's a short serve. Jess, good job from Lucy. They'll send over the free ball.
There we go, free ball.
And a free ball in return. Annapolis with a chance here. Jess finds Hoffman.
Nice shot.
Good placement. Big time dig from Michaela. Jess to Hannah. Sends it to the back row.
We're going to have some hard time siding out here if we don't.
Another huge dig.
Oh, nice.
TJ saves it. Lucy saves it as well. Annapolis' defense playing out of their mind. Kinsey to Jess.
Keep attacking.
Finds TJ. Big swing.
Yes. There we go. Free ball. Need to find some offense.
Jess. Michaela sets up TJ again and got a little too excited on that one. Banff will pick up the point. Great effort, though, from Annapolis' defense. You've got to give them credit. That ball was sailing out of bounds. TJ did a good job to keep it alive.
Really good, yeah. You may not win every ball, but you need to win the effort of every ball, and we won the effort. Now it's just so important to side out.
That will fire up the Warrior crowd for sure. They do need a side out, though, so they need to get the stop here. And there's some miscommunication on the Annapolis defense, and it results in a tie game now, 22 points apiece. Annapolis needs to stay calm stay being aggressive. We don't want to play their game.
Yeah,
we want to take our time.
This is our weakest rotation. We do not want to get stuck in this. We need to get out of it right as soon as possible.
Nice and easy offense from Annapolis. And we look like Hannah sends it to the back row. She knew Banff would struggle with that.
Trying to make a play. Yes, that's out.
And that's out. Good idea from the senior. She knew they were struggling. Yeah. Hannah sends it to the back row, and they weren't quite able to get it over.
Yeah, when you're in, as a setter, when you're in a rotation that you're stuck in, you kind of have to try to make a play, and that's all she did, and was able to get the hitting error.
Annapolis 2 points away from a state championship.
Nice
the freshman sends over
nice
a big-time serve, and it's an ace. Annalyn Brush. Don't call her a freshman. She's ready for this pressurized moment. She's got ice in her veins. And Annapolis 1 point away from the state championship win. Annalyn Brush back to serve.
Here we go.
Jess, the overhead hit. Hannah. Lucy will send over the free ball.
Oh, good ball.
That's and Lucy, the freshman, clinches it for Annapolis. And the Lady Warriors back to back to back. The three-peat. Annapolis defeats Banff in straight sets. They win the third set 25-22. No matter what they've done in the regular season, when they get to the state tournament, they know what to do. They find themselves back in the state championship, and they are able to get the job done. The Lady Warriors victorious here today.
They were the 6th seed coming into state, beat the number 2 team, beat the number 3 team, and now beat the number 1 team in straight sets. Unbelievable run. Playing their best ball when they absolutely needed it, elevated their game every game. It was so much fun watching them.
Annapolis has been relentless this tournament, cementing the dynasty 3 in a row in the state championship game. You love to see the celebration from the Lady Warriors, and you know how much it means to those seniors as Hannah Hoffman and her father share a great moment.
Yeah, they like I said, they ended the regular season kind of on a little bit of a bummer. They had lost a big game at home. And I think a lot of people were thinking that they were just, kind of writing them off, but they just kept battling. They worked super hard in practice, and then everything just came together at the right time for them.
The Lady Warriors able to weather the storm in the third set. They've had a crazy season, and it hasn't been easy. They've added 5 freshmen to the roster. They've had a bunch of different things go down this season, some tough games, some easy games, but ACA finds a way to get the job done no matter what. Finding themselves back in the state championship. These girls were ready for this moment. Not a lot of nerves, even from some freshmen making big plays. We talk about in the game. We ended the game with a freshman serving and a freshman in Lucy George getting that winning point there.
I know, and Lucy, she made a couple freshman mistakes early in the match, but when she had a chance, she just sent that ball with some speed back in that, we call that zone 6 area. That was an open area, and they just could not get it there, and they're just showing a lot of confidence. And again, we talked about the main thing for them was being aggressive, and it was great to see freshmen ending the match aggressively. Really sets us up for a great future.
And we want to shout out our seniors, Elle Kiesel and Hannah Hoffman. We've loved having them as part of this volleyball squad. They've got themselves quite a few rings. We'll have to figure out which finger to put that next ring on, as they will send them off to victory. But like you said, very exciting future for Annapolis. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but Annapolis will be ready for another run next year because we've got some freshmen who now have some state experience.
Yeah. I mean, you lose 2 seniors, one with significant playing time, and that's hard. I mean, Hannah has been just rock solid on the court. Elle's been super awesome on the bench. She's a huge encourager. But for the most part, you bring everyone back. It's, we're setting ourselves up for a good future.
Warrior Nation continues to dominate. The Lady Warriors volleyball team with the dynasty 3 in a row. And don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will continue to stay with you, and we'll listen in as Pastor Crane sends off with the all-state selections and the all-tournament selections, and we will broadcast the trophy presentation. This is the last game of the day. So here we go as Genesis Lopez gets the first one.
Totally deserves that.
Usually they go with 3 from the winning team, so we should have a couple more for the Lady Warriors here.
Yeah. She was rock solid in the back row. Banff kept serving her, and she was just gobbling up those serves.
From Banff, number 31, Erica Bennett. And the most valuable player of the 2A State Championship. Number 12,
No surprise
No
there.
surprise, yeah.
Kinsey Stice, absolutely dominant. And like we talked about this future, not just the freshmen, your seniors next year. My goodness. Michaela, Jess, and Kinsey gets to come back for another year. Annapolis volleyball in a good spot. We will take a break from the mics. We will continue to broadcast the trophy presentation. Don't go anywhere. We're going to cheer on these Lady Warriors. We thank you for watching so far. This is Coach Hayden Wickwar and Mr. Locke here signing off. We thank you so much for joining us. Annapolis about to take home their 3rd straight trophy. Let's go Warriors.
Let's go Warriors.
ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together with one of the youngest teams to ever make the finals. From Houston, Texas, our state runners-up, the Bears of the Banff School. Let's hear it for them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Bears of the Banff School. Let's hear it for them. Coaches, get in there. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the Bears of the Banff School are 2024 Texas Christian Athletic League 2A runners-up. One of our youngest squads ever to make the finals. Let's hear it for them. Let's hear it for them one more time, ladies and gentlemen. The Banff Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Not 1, not 2, but 3-time champion, the Warriors!
Well, thank you so much for joining us here in Wimberley, Texas, as you have just seen history. Annapolis, 3-time in a row state champion. This is our 5th state championship in the volleyball program, but 3 in a row as Annapolis sweeps the Banff Fairs from Houston. Thank you so much for joining us and joining the broadcast. We're hoping that this isn't the last state celebration, state championship celebration, so hang with us. We really appreciate all the wonderful support we get, particularly our school sponsors. Thank you so much, school sponsors, for making this possible for our fans who can't attend. Next time will be football, as we have our last home football game coming up. And then beyond that, boys with their playoff and state championship aspirations. So we are not done with our fall season. Thanks again for joining us. Girls volleyball state champions 3 times in a row, 3-peat. Thank you again. Let's go Warriors.